Hi, everybody. Just when you expect that nobody gives a shit of another Republican debate, in which they are completely out of touch with reality and they continue to ream the asses of the 1% of the population, they continue to get money and continue not to create jobs. Fortunately, on the other side, but the press is so focused on giving a shit to the Republican debates, there is another group of people that actually cares about the remaining 99% at the point that it is growing and is getting bigger and more favorable, more and more. And just look at the polls and just look at how big it's becoming. 71 countries, 1100 cities, demonstration everywhere, and people are fed up to be abused by these fucking politicians. And we have another freaking debate that talk about the 999, 555, 333. I mean, the 999 we already know that is a 9.99 for a pizza, and that was the smart thing that Herman Cain came out. How can you compare? To be popular, you have to do something to the people, to the sheep, practically, that is easy to understand, like a slice of pizza, because he's the king of pizza. I just imagine how many doughs he would do at the White House, and we would send the pizza to the troops in Afghanistan, Iraq, or wherever in the world, increasing the number, of course. Or maybe he will send pieces of pizza in the electrified borders that he wants to have with Mexico, just to do a favor, for instance, to Texas with electric chairs and other kind of executions, because they are practically number one in death penalty. So we have another debate about nothing between people they don't understand nothing about what the real people in the world want. The only vague exception on this is Ron Paul, but only for his, let's say, foreign politics and for his position with the Fed, that I support. I always said I respect Ron Paul because he's consistent on that. But unfortunately, Mr. Paul, you are like your colleague as far as concerned internal policies. You are a 1% population supporter. You are not a small business supporter. You are not. Sorry for that. Sorry, unfortunately. We can debate. I'm very happy. I would be very happy, very honored to debate you on the AAA credit score countries and why they are successful. Why in Austria that is so successful, they don't need the Austrian economics, because they are wealthy enough right now. They don't need this bullshit. And I would be very happy to debate any single point of your campaign if you give me the possibility to have a face-to-face discussion. I will be honored, because I respect you. I respect Ron Paul. I think he's a man of integrity. I don't agree with his ideas, but I would love to debate him in public once and for all, especially his not knowledge of what Europe is or what the world is right now, and his not knowledge that whenever you have a conservative in place, we increased debt and we increased unemployment rate. As a matter of fact, they like to play with the fact that Obama is a disaster. But let's put the situation the way it is. Remember, the Republican presidents, they went in place with a very wealthy economies when they arrived, and they destroyed. So they increased the debt and they increased unemployment rates. Reagan, H. Bush, W. Bush. While at the very end, Obama arrived with an economy in the tank, so he got that, and we were losing 800,000 jobs a month, and until May, 2009, when the stimulus package entered in place, we practically arrived in May at the 10% unemployment. Oh yes, theoretically under Obama, but in practice under Bush budget, because none of the Obama budget could be put in place without the votes of the Congress and the Senate. So the 10% is a Bush thing, not an Obama thing. And actually, in the last months, as far as concerned the private sector, we have always a positive growth. Of course, it's not sufficient, because in 2010 they blocked a potential extra stimulus to give a booster to the growth that we are having, especially in GDP. Remember, the GDP was growing. GDP was growing. The auto industry was okay, was starting going well. Now it's going quite good. But then we had the tea-baggers, governors, and they start firing thousands of public employees. And now the economy is again in the tank. And because they are not financing anything, they are blocking everything. So, you know, in capitalism, without investment, you go nowhere. If you just stop spending and you don't invest, without feeding, you go nowhere. And they want to feed only the private sector. But this kind of private sector that is no more capitalist, but is corporatist, they just take the money and don't create jobs. I mean, they had 10 months. Did they create jobs at state level? No. I mean, they had the power to refuse the stimulus package. They had the power to pick up this money and give it in the hands of the corporation. Did they create one fucking job? No. So, don't blame Obama. Blame yourself. Blame the fact that you are a failure. You have been a failure as a governor. You've been a failure as president. You always create deficit historically, and you always increase unemployment. And this is a fact. And until these people, and until America don't understand that Republicans are a cancer for this nation, they will always got fucked in the ass. And we will continue to have these fucking useless Republican debates that talk about air, pure air.